Please Bill, I'm Jeannie. We're two do-it-yourselfers who met on a sailboat in 1988. 3 houses and 4 boats later, we're refitting our 1998 Seahorse Oceaneer 55-foot steel trawler, Blue Sky. Welcome to our journey.
Good evening. I am up here at the boat down in the equipment room, and my goal is to take the wiring that is right there and extend it so it can go into this box here, and the pump can be properly controlled by the air conditioner. Right now I've just been letting it run continuously, which has worked just fine, but wasting power and everything, especially now that it's getting a little cooler and the pump does not need to be run continuous. We also got the spare and the second replacement pressure switch for this. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight. I may get to it, but I want to go do some other stuff at home, so probably going to just do this and save that for tomorrow or Wednesday or sometime later this week. Actually, when I'll just lose the parts. That's what usually happens. They'll get put to the side. You won't install them until we need them, and they'll be like, where are they? Which is actually the software I'm going to be playing with at home, which is parts location database. Kind of why I want to play with it, so I can start figuring out how to organize everything. Anyway, that's kind of what the plan is for this evening. Later. I think we are done. There's that pump wired into the control box and everything. So we will go turn it on after I clean up a couple items down here. Later. There's the HVAC, and that is the power for the pump. Kick it down to 78. Came on. Should have kicked the pump on too. Yeah, sounds like we got water. Who's that here? I can't see it. We'll go with that as having water. I'll know in a moment when I turn it back off, when it goes off. Okay, that's supposed to be working. I think we're done up here. At least I'm done. Later.
So what are you doing tonight, honey?
Oh, we are fixing the pump here. It has the water pressure sensor. It's the little sensor that goes down here, and of course, since it's right there, I can't get to it. So I'm going to take the pump and the accumulator, and I'm going to bend them back a little bit so that hopefully I can get access to the bottom of this and pop the guy out. If I can't get access to it, we'll unscrew it here and pop this off and pop that out, and since there are quick disconnects on this guy, so one way or the other, we're going to get access to the bottom of this puppy and put the new one in, hopefully. Oh, good. Well, that's nice.
Not good.
All the way, you silly thing. Tighten those up. Okay, that guy is now on.
How do we test it? How did you tell which one's working?
Moving, yeah, so it's going up to that.
That's the pump selector.
Just open up one of the tank.
On the manifold?
Tank, fill starboard tank or transfer starboard tank.
I see one that's marked starboard tank fill.
Yes.
I hear water.
Got the new pump in with the new sensor. Of course, when we first powered it up, it didn't work. So we had to take the sensor back off. We checked to see if it was getting any voltage. It wasn't getting voltage on either side, so at that point it wasn't obviously the sensor that was an issue. But then I moved over to the C zone over here, popped its cover off, checked it, and took voltage on both sides of the fuses, and it had good 12 volts on it, actually 13.6. So then went down here to the wiring cabinet. See if I can get this to open up here. And it was wired up. So this one right here has HP3 high powered, which actually needs to be tightened down a little bit. High powered and C3, these are the code numbers. Anyway, that's number 3, comes down to here. And this wire, which actually says, if I pull it out a little bit, says water pump B. It was actually sitting over here on 4. And what I vaguely remember is when the pump died, We thought maybe C-Zone was having an issue or whatever, so we flopped it over to 4, tried 4, it didn't work there, so we decided, we'll just switch to the other pump and went about our way, and then of course, promptly forgot all that. Anyway, that's all back together.
Okay, so it was a sensor all along.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have fresh water for a little while.
Yay! Let's boil up some water.
What are we doing today, honey?
Oh, we're gonna finally maybe do some work with the air conditioner plumbing and see if we can find the pieces.
Down in here, right?
No, we're gonna go down in the equipment room. We gotta find, well, we're gonna go look for connecting pipes, but all the hose and stuff is up here. Or not up here, but down there.
But it's for
the front bedroom.
Okay, I'm gonna go show that.
Oh,
It's for the front bedroom.
I also want to find the door for the bedroom.
So that's where the air conditioner lives, but the plumbing goes all the way to the equipment room. All right, well, let's go that way then. What exactly have we done tonight? We've looked at doors. We found the door that we're going to use for the forward bedroom door. These are all original doors from the boat. So now I have to sand that one and stain it. And we've been looking for air conditioner PEX parts. Bill found them, so he's designing the manifold or whatever it is for the forward stateroom air conditioner setup. Okay, later.
Good morning. I am up at the boat right now. Jeannie will be coming up later. But anyway, I'm up here to work on the forward bedroom air conditioner. So I've got a bunch of pipes and little fittings and stuff like that. So I'm up here in a backpack because I rode my bike. Anyway, I got a bunch of fittings that I'm going to take downstairs in just a moment and start putting together the T's that I need to split the water off. And then the other thing got up here and that guy's beeping. So took the batteries out of him, and so Jeannie's gonna pick up some Energizer Ultimate Lithiums. Kind of interesting. I didn't realize it had those batteries, and it says you should only replace with the same batteries. It's actually written on the case someplace. Anyway, so we're gonna get the same batteries, but man, they're expensive. But I'm guessing these, I think, can deal with a higher current draw and whatnot. I have a feeling if you put normal batteries in there, it wouldn't last very long. It's been in or up since about 2021, so batteries lasted about 3 years.
Always something, always something.
Always something. Something else to add to our spare list later. Okay, so for the first part of the air conditioner upgrade, I want to redo the main feed line. It is right here, it goes up, it kind of wraps around, then it ends up in the strainer up here. Let's see if I can get. So it's up in there, kind of loose, and then it comes up and goes there. And then of course it's underneath this board, which has the shutoff for it, which I'm going to have to pull out in a moment. But what I want to do to make life a little bit easier when we need to clean this, instead of having to always pull this board up to shut water off, I'll still leave the seacock and everything in case we have an issue there. But I'm going to go ahead and put an extra valve in right in here, and that way I can shut off water going to the strainer, be able to clean it out, service it, service any of the other parts here. And then we're also going to have 2 additional valves. One of them is up there, but it'll be part of the branch pieces for the 2 pumps. That is what I'm going to work on right now. So I got to pull up this board, cut some lines, and make a mess with water later. Okay, we've gotten the old line cut down and brought up from the inside there, and then we have our shutoff valve. Went on up to the strainer, which of course was there before, and then we've attached our new 1-inch hose to that guy, and he comes in, and now he's actually up underneath the floor, and over there that will come up and then feed the 2 pumps from there. By getting it down here, it's much cleaner and protected by being underneath the floor. And then we had to cut out a little more space on this, and we rounded over the edges. And I also have a block that'll go in right there to secure those 2 hoses as they go up into the strainer. Now we have our floor back in place so I can hit my head on the ceiling.
Bill thinks he's grown a couple of inches.
For sure, Phil. I mean, I'm just hitting everything. I mean, I stand up and I'm hitting this. I don't remember myself hitting that. And there goes the alarm that we need to work on still. Later. Okay, well, you get to see joy. This is a sewer line right here that the glue, because of the bend here, didn't work very well and has failed. I got it shut off, but it's still pretty stinky.
Stinky.
We're going to... Oh. Yeah, that was fun. Ew, that is ripe. Yeah, my favorite thing to do, work on the sewage system. The other thing that we did, we replaced that whole segment now with a hose. So hopefully that will alleviate that stinky issue of leaking sewage in the boat. Loads of fun to always have leaking sewage. Later, we have the feed pipe, which is this pipe here that runs down and under. We actually, Jeannie recommended bringing it up right here, which I've done. And so we're going to mount it right there. And now I'm working on putting together the first splitter unit. There is the completed assembly. I'm going to have a 1-inch hose comes in. That's going to be this hose right here, which is coming out of the strainer. And then we have 2 shutoffs. Well, it splits through this Y here. This allows the water a little bit easier path for that unit. And these 2 valves are set in the off position right now. If I rotate them, that one is now on. And come on, let's get this guy on. That guy goes on. And then it goes up to the 5/8 inch line, which will then be routed over to that pump and hopefully the other pump that will get mounted on that platform. This thing actually ended up being a little bit bigger than I was expecting it. It's amazing as you start adding all these components up, how much longer things get. See how it's going to sit and then wrap. Well, we can figure out hoses and stuff. But anyway, right now, I'm hoping to lay it in something like that. It shouldn't be too bad of a wrap there. You can see the other pump, so that one will come over, go to the inner one, and then this one will go to the other one. And down here, we'll have that hose get hooked up right there. It fits pretty well. What a pain in the rear, though. I like just dropping the hoses in. Later. I think we are done for the day. We got the 3 blocks glued in. Here's the platform for the Y. There's the platform for the little pump. And of course there's the other pump. Might be up here tomorrow and do some more work on this. Later.
So Bill's in the doghouse.
I feel like it. Doing my daily dose of boat yoga. Now we were hooking up the water line. This shut off goes over to the front bedroom pump. And then we got this one going over the media. And this is the output of that pump. So that'll go over to a feed that we'll now work on bringing over. The media room one's all hooked back up now, so we can actually use it. It's all almost done. Later. We got all of the supply side of the air conditioner pumps in place, all that line. So now we need to deal with the return side of it, which actually just goes overboard. And when we originally were using the keel coolers to try to cool it, we had a closed loop effect. But now that we don't, we have to push that water overboard. Well, right now, temporarily, we've had this 5/8 inch line that comes from the media room and goes out over on the side where both of them will initially go up the side. You can see that line right there. It goes all the way up into the wet locker. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the old pilot house return line and we're going to cut it and we're going to plumb it because it's a 1-inch line, and we're going to plumb into it another Y. So we'll have these 2 returns coming into a Y, then going out the old pilot house return, And then up top, we'll disconnect the pilot house return from the kill cooler and feed it up into the wet locker, and then connect it into the output, drainage output. So anyway, so we're gonna build another Y, and then we'll start cutting these guys. Depending on, we're only working here till lunch today, so I don't know how far we'll get on it. That's what our plan is, and then the rest of the week, or Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever, we'll slowly hook all these pieces together and hopefully have both of those air conditioners up there. So when Jeannie goes away for visiting some friends in Tennessee, I'll be able to come to the boat and sleep on the in the front bedroom on the weekends and whatnot, a nice air conditioned bliss.
Just so long as you stay on your side.
I stay on my side, yeah. No, I'm claiming the whole bed. Yeah. Anyway, later.
Bill is holding up the support blocks for attaching hoses, and that was the last one for now. It is those two long and skinny ones right there. And I think we're gonna be done for the day. Later.